Hey, good morning. How you doing? I hope wonderful. Hey, today we are going to embark on a new section of chapter 5, 5.3. It is called partial fraction decomposition. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to take a rational function. Okay, that means a ratio of two things. In this case, we're going to look at them as two expressions. And we're going to take that ratio, that fraction, okay, and we're going to split it up into a couple of different partial fractions. Um, and, it sounds kind of crazy and weird and a little bit different. And it is a little bit different, probably a little bit something different you've maybe never done before. What I'm going to do here, this is just going to be a brief introduction of it. And then I'm going to make multiple videos so you can determine which parts you need help with, and you can just maybe rewatch those videos if you need. Um, Basically, as we look at decomposing into partial fractions, in other words, taking that one big fraction and making it multiple different partial fractions, look at it kind of as in 4 steps, if you will. Step 1, very simple, very easy. We've done this quite a bit. We're going to factor the denominator. That's step number 1. Once you get the denominator factored of that rational expression, the second thing that you're going to do then is step 2, which is to break it into a whole bunch of different partial fractions that will be kind of held together by plus signs. Now, in that step alone, there's 4 kind of different ways or methods in which we do that, depending on what we have, and I'm going to show you them all. The very first method, very first thing you're going to look for is these things called distinct linear factors. It's kind of how your denominator factors out, and I'll show you what distinct linear factors means. The second one is repeated linear factors, and I'll show you what that looks like. The third thing that you're going to kind of look for in that as you factor your denominator, what they kind of come out to be is if they're irreducible quadratic factors. And then the last thing you're going to look at is to see if they are irreducible, repeated irreducible quadratic factors. And once you determine which one of those you have, you'll take that fraction and you'll take that new found factor denominator and you're going to split it into multiple factors. Then once you do that, the third step then is going to be to solve for the numerators of those partial fractions. And there's kind of 2 ways we can do that. And again, I'm going to show you these in another video. But the 2 ways to do that, the first way I'm going to show you is by using a system of linear equations, the system of linear equations, and which we've been doing in 5.1 and 5.2. Not a big deal. You guys can do that. The second way is a different way, kind of called convenient values, using convenient values to find the numerators for those partial fractions. And then our fourth step is actually very, very simple. We just take those numerators that we found in step 3 and we actually rewrite the partial fractions with those new numerators, and we're done. We've then decomposed, if you will, a rational fraction, a rational expression. We've decomposed it into multiple partial fractions, and that's what we're going to do today. So hold on to your seat. It's going to be a wild ride. Anyway, look forward to videoing with you, and hope you're having a wonderful day. We'll talk to you later, and we'll see you real soon. Bye.